All right, so this first slide here, I just think is awesome. Obviously, Gandhi was awesome, right? But it really talks about to these moments where you have these opportunities to improve, right? So the quote here is, strength does not come from winning. Your struggles develop from your strengths, or your struggles develop your strengths. When you go through hardships and decide not to surrender, that is strength, right? And obviously this is an extreme example from an extreme person, but this whole idea of you versus you in the performance mindset that we're going to cover today, really comes down to these moments where you get the chance to grow and improve your situation, or kind of unfortunately go the other direction and, create a habit in a way that's, kind of self-sabotaging, which is what we're going to get into, or having these self-limiting beliefs, and not taking action in the appropriate direction that's going to improve, whatever thing that you're trying to develop with yourself, or just in general, improve your overall character, right? And that's, whenever we get into these situations where we're being tested, it's really our character that's being tested, right? So we have to recognize that in those moments, if we can just stand a little taller and be a little stronger, and we can do that consistently, it's going to make a huge difference over time. And I think that that's the whole idea behind this talk is, developing your character, developing your self-image, developing your self-efficacy, but not for 5 minutes, right? And not just one time, to be able to develop and kind of master this skill, this you versus you skill, and to develop mastery in your life, right? And have as much success and achievement as you possibly can. What do you guys think about that slide?
Pretty powerful.
Powerful, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's why we're here. I think, if at least anything, I was thinking about this last night, is that these talks are giving me great reminders of all of this stuff. And I love this psychology stuff. So I've been excited to get into this here. So, this slide here says success Garmin, right? So it's like, how do we get to success, right? How do we navigate towards success? And I love this quote from Alice in Wonderland, Lewis Carroll's movie or book. Alice asked the Cheshire cat, who was sitting in a tree. What road do I take? The cat asked. Where do you want to go? I don't know, Alice answered. Then said the cat, it really doesn't matter, does it? Right. And so this is this idea, if we're going to try to be successful at something, we have to know where we're going. And so the better that we can understand what the picture of success is, the easier it is for us to focus our efforts and put, if you have a target, it's really easy to shoot for. But if you don't know what you're shooting at, you don't really have any rhyme or reason for what you're doing. It would be kind of like trying to play basketball without a hoop. You need that feedback from the ball going into the hoop or not going into the hoop, so that you can self-correct your behaviors, or whatever methods you're doing, so you can get closer to having success or achievement with that. Right. So you really, what we're going to talk about even more is trying to identify specifically what that target is, so we can run as fast as we can safely. Ultimately, you don't want to run too fast, because you can stumble and trip and sprain your ankle and end up with us in physical therapy. And that happens a lot of times. People get a little bit too excited, especially when they finally lock in on it. It's like, oh, I know exactly what this looks like. Right. So in the next, few slides here, we're going to try to kind of paint the picture of, what is it, what does success really mean? And trying to create a very vivid and bright picture of what that success is, so we can go after it.